Hello. And it's a really interesting one because I'm going to be honest, a lot of games with moral choices, I find the moral choices are, even the ones that do a good job of not making them black and white, the complexity of the moral choices is quite shallow. You know, there is nuance to them. They're not just, oh, evil, bad, good, well, good. But even still, most examples where I could say, oh, that wasn't a black and white choice, there was moral nuance to it, are still relatively simple. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go through the rot water, aren't I? This is great sadness. I'm gonna have to go through the rot water to get to anything good. Do I have any non... This is the first time I've really had to lean into my potions. Anything that helps with poison? No. Alright. What? No, push it. My health!
The sacred vows of the rising sun. The eternal flood of a love lies near, a streamlet of satisfied honeyed truth. Like the flowered scent of a bedewed veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat. Persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending evil. A love, but this one most divine and fair. The memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will. The gentle, calming wind that like the supine earth a tree's embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember Belmaid.
Okay, these are the tellings, these are the messages from previous tellings, I'm fairly certain now. I need to get through this poison as quickly as I can. Alright, Wenson, there you go. Are you enchanted? You might not be, actually. Do I risk it? I was about to say, an immortal jug? What treachery. Alright, Wenson, let's consume a potion. Just in case.
At last.
It doesn't look like it.
At last you've come. The maid has made her sick fantasy a reality. Everything she was has been warped by the Prismere crystal she holds so dear. It is difficult to tell if she controls it, or if it controls her. We must escape this place. The telling has failed us, Sagaril. Nothing is certain.
Nothing was ever certain for me. Course of Enchantment.
All of them. All to write her twisted tale of dominance. This isn't about breaking the shackles of the past. It's about power, nothing more.
That... I don't know. Coming from someone who's enjoyed that power for, like, uncountable centuries, I'm not sure that I am ready to accept your view on it as wrote.
I've been captured by the maid many times in the telling, and I've always escaped. This time, however, I'm afraid the outcome may prove different. If we must, but I fear I have no role in this song now. We are far beyond what is familiar. The maid will be in the courtyard, where our ballad finds its end. Come, I will show you. Perhaps then I will find the courage that is required. It's not far.
Okay. But it does seem that she didn't enchant him, which is interesting. The actual object of her infatuation, at least in terms of the tale, was the only one of the courtroom enchantments that she didn't try to mind control. Or couldn't. Ooh. I'm going to keep that one, potentially. All right.
Gather your
Let's go.
strength.
Wenson?
Stop!
Hello.
Sagar, wait! Go no farther!
What's wrong?
I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the King's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you.
I am not sure how I feel about this. Like, the second that your victory isn't assured, you just bail. And yet you expect them to face their defeat time and time again. You didn't even know whether you were going to be defeated, but you're just like, yeah, I'd rather just not know and I'm going to run away. Good Lord. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being afraid of a potential outcome where you die. There is nothing cowardly with feeling fear over that. It's just the, I don't know. There's something that I have this kind of visceral reaction to this idea that they're fine with the idea that the others have to face a certainty of death. And it's just the role that they all have to play. There's no sympathy for the villains in the story because they're the villains. This is just the way of things. But the second that they're not guaranteed the hero's victory, it's like, the world is upside down. This is all terrible. Run away. I don't know. It is a very nuanced, very complicated story, and I love it for that. Like, there is so much going on here. Hello, snapping plants. Yeah, don't mind me. This is just precautionary. I have no reason to trust you. In fact, I have every reason not to.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future as creatures of common purpose.
Why do all of this for me? Well, I guess what Wenton was saying towards the end. We can't rewrite the telling. Your ballad is, well, why do all this for
All
me?
you have witnessed was for me alone. It was justice. Imagine a lifetime of bondage 100 times over, and you will know my suffering. You, though, you are special. You are one capable of comprehending such concerns. We too, we are misunderstood.
I don't think I'm so much misunderstood as unknown in the weave of this. I mean, to be honest, none of these options really jump out at me. You can't rewrite the telling.
So they say. But you and I both have seen the coming fire, a change the likes of which no fae, summer or winter, has ever seen. The telling will never cease, but the ballads that make up its grand design will wither and fade, and new ones will blossom on the vine.
Well, this is the only option I have left.
Perhaps, but you and I are the same. We challenge the past and strive to rewrite the future. We are singing the greatest song of all. The Tuatha have taught me that power only comes with the willingness to destroy, to begin anew and tell new stories. And in Prismeer, they have found the means to do so.
What is all of this about
I weep
Prismeer?
for what might have been. You and I, side by side, wielding the power of the crystal. But there can only be one hero.
Well, if that's the case, it's going to be me. Oh God. That is not great. I disapprove of the amount of ads that you are summoning. Please stop. Ouch. Need to stop that. Good. I'm the only one that's allowed to have ads. Oh my lord, that almost killed me in one hit. Great disapproval. Okay, now I've seen how much damage you can actually do. Greater damage reflection. Marol and Chad. When the game is not rigged their way, they don't want to play. I mean, to be fair, though. To be fair, would you? If you were put in their shoes. I mean, it's all easy for us to be like, they're so cowardly. They won't face death head on. It's like, I will pop a healing potion as well. I don't have too many options. I need to take care of that line sheet. There we go. 50% less damage is very much appreciated. Right, okay. My lord, you just called more. Not greatly happy about that, let's be honest. Okay. No to all of this. Nonsense, I say. I'm basically using this to kill the ads. Probably not the best use of my abilities. Oh, wait. Damn it. I don't have long enough. I'm going to have to just take one down, otherwise they all get back up. Let me just unweave your minions from fate. Hopefully that gives you pause to summon more for a little bit. Nope. Ah! What the heck just attacked me? Ouch, double ouch. Oh my lord, you summoned a Great Thresh? A purple one? No. All of the no. In fact, every single no all at once. I need another Gyota. I need you to... Ran out of healing potions. Actually ran out of healing potions. That was rough. I might need to go and resupply. I may actually need to go and resupply. Okay, only Wenson hasn't been successfully rescued. Do I want to go and grab some more potions? I've been very lax on keeping those stocked, to be fair. I've got 4 greater healing, 6 minors. I don't even have that much in terms of regeneration. Oh, I do have a bunch of regeneration, actually. And I had more greater damage reflection, too. All right, so I've got minor damage boost. I could pop a lot of things. Increase my mana pool as well. Increase my health. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could have done there. All right, noted. Oh. Dark Soda says, with death in this fight comes a bug. On your respawn, the maid's health stays at the health you got her to, and she restarts the fight at phase 1, summoning the initial adds. Then the moment you hit the maid for the first time, she will immediately progress to the phase she was in, and summon those adds too. Oh. Okay. That could be a problem, but forewarned is forearmed. Thank you very much for that. So I'm going to need to go into the fight well equipped. I only hope that my Fagorta doesn't despawn if I leave it a little bit. Like if I go into the conversation with it summoned, hopefully it doesn't desummon.
Like the flowered scent of a bedewed veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat. Persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending evil. A love, but this one most divine and fair. The memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will. The gentle calming wind that like the supine earth a tree's embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember Belmaid.
Boots of the Wanderer. Actually better than what I've got on right now. So yeah, sure. At least according to the wiki, says Darkest Dodo. Fair enough. Okay, some more healing pots. Very much welcomed. And hello, Ensign. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait a few more seconds because I want to loot. Same necklace, that's good. Honest... Well, I mean, I could take them, I suppose. Right.
At last you've come.
We're going to skip through these.
Warped by the we must escape this place. The telling has failed.
I will go through each of the options, but we've already gone through them, so I'm just going to quickly skip.
I've been captured by the maid many times. If we must, it's not far.
All right, let's go. I'm sorry that we had to go through that. I'll save again just before we hit the boss, because honestly, that was a tough fight, and I'm not super convinced that I'm going to win it the second time through either. So I will try to prevent any having to revisit these conversations if I can avoid it. Oh, you're not going to talk to me this time.
Stop!
Oh, there we go.
Sagar, wait! Go no farther.
Oh, prismatic crystals is now an
The
option.
crystal is how she crept into the heads of the others, how she turned the court of enchantments against us. I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the king's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you.
Right, let's just save the game there. So I don't have to... So I've got a restore point should I fail again. Alright. Let's summon you a second time.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future, as creatures of common purpose.
I'll go through them in the same order.
All you have witnessed was for me. You, though. You are special. So they say. The telling will never cease. But perhaps the two are... I weep for...
Okay. Right, let's try and take you out if we can. Right, have you summoned the others in? No. Okay, so that bug no longer exists. Or at least hasn't been applied here. Which I am very much okay with. Right, if I can avoid having to use my healing pots, I will. Of course, taking a bunch of damage here wasn't quite what I planned. Let's try and get rid of you. Ouch. That was unfortunate. Right, let's go in and minor damage boost, greater damage deflection, greater regeneration. I don't do bleeding. I do critical strikes occasionally. Minor venom guard as well. So I had noticed at least the Lishi was using some degree of poison. Oh god. Right, let's try and not take all of that damage at once, shall we? Oh god, they're going to juggle me. Unless I can jump out of here. That being said, I am dodging most of the damage. Or rather, absorbing most of the damage thanks to my spells, but let's go for it. Now, I'm going to this time just focus all my attention on the Maid of Windermere. Well, unless they're going to knock me out of an attack sequence. Then it'll probably be worth me coming in. Oh. Let's take them out. The... Okay, I need to take one of these down. I'm going to reapply my potion. Let's just make sure that... Actually, let me have a look at statuses first. Yeah, I no longer have the potion effect, so... Consumables, greater damage reflection, regen, damage boost, venom guard again. Right, summon. There we go. I really need you to draw her attention for a bit. Oh, the thrash is such a pain. Let's try and take her down if I can. While the thrash is over there, it's not quite as bad for me. But I can't let her get her attacks off, really. Nope. It is really important that you don't have a chance to use your abilities. My potions are still carrying me right now, but that...
Don't do this.
Oh, there we
I
go.
beg you.
Ha!
I seek only justice for what has been done to me all these many lifetimes. Don't
I'm surprised I was able to do it with the thrash attacking me. Okay. Fairly certain I can win the fight at this point because her health was basically bottomed out. Don't do this, I beg you. I seek only justice for what has been done to me all these many lifetimes. Don't I deserve as much? Is there a Lake Windermere in the Lake Country in English? What? I'm not sure. Okay, so chat are screaming rule together. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning in that direction as well. Well, not necessarily the rule together part. I don't think I'm going to have time to rule anything, but I'm not inclined to simply kill her. The please do not fall on deaf ears. But the problem here is it's very unclear what the consequence of this will be. With Bloody Bones, it was very clear. As I said at the time, if it weren't for the fact that I had to choose between letting Bloody Bones break free of the cycle of his fall and death, or save the prisoners, I would probably have leaned more towards, you know, enabling Bloody Bones to break out of it. But with the Lady of Windermere, the Maid of Windermere rather, it isn't clear what the consequence of letting her continue to change the telling. But as an agent of chaos, effectively in this game, as someone who is free of fate and free to make their own choice, if like the world is starting to wake up to that, and the Fae tellings are coming to an end and new stories are being written, I'm not particularly disinclined to let her have her chance at rewriting things. Let's rule together.
No longer are you at war with me for reasons you do not understand. You have seen the world as I have, as a realm of limitless potential. We usher in a new season, you and I. One where we rule the House of Ballads side by side. The Maid of Windermere is finished playing the villain. Now go.
That remains to be
I shall
seen.
prepare a place for you. Our telling is whatever we wish to make it.
I kind of wish that I could have seen her expressions and that her head wasn't basically being eaten by a giant fly trap, but okay. What an unfortunate moment for that cutscene to have triggered. Ow! Tell your plants to stop biting me. But that was such an unfortunate place for that cutscene to trigger. Ow! Oh my god, they almost killed me. I'm not even going to try a second time. You know what? You can keep that bloody plant. I will, however, avail myself of all the gubbins. Cavalier's daggers. Probably good crafting loot. I get at this. I can. She's had an eternity of dying. Let her enjoy living for once, said Silent Psychopath. I mean, again, it was the same with Bloody Bones. I felt... I feel for the Fae, not just the ones that were losing, but also the ones that were winning, because... in a way, I feel a bit of pity for Wenson. Although Wenson was very cowardly at the end and you know, just bailed out the second that he wasn't assured a victory. That kind of cyclic, no control over your fate, it was felt by both of them. They were both victims of the same cycle. It's just they experienced different parts of it.
The terrible course of nature ensues. Yet I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid of Windermere. She will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion as she to I. And balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand, a torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero and the maid.
Yeah, I enjoyed this quest. I enjoyed this storyline. It is there is a lot of like complicated implications. Where are we right now? Oh wow, we're all the way out of Windermere. We're back in Dalentar. Well, Odorath, rather. Good. Right. The hero of the maid returns to the House of Ballots. Now, the question is, what the hell is that going to look like? What shape is it going to take now? Wenson is gone, though I fancy Wenson is always gone when you return. Basically abdicated. But there is -1 Sir Ferrara and +1 Wade of Windermere. I could catch the end of that fight. It seemed a bit harrowing. It was a difficult fight, and I am running low on supplies. But yeah, so chat, what do you think about the writing in the quest so far? I know a lot of you have been talking about like the nostalgia. This, you know, feels very Fable-like. And it certainly does have the trappings of like the 2010s. But in terms of that quest in particular, how do you feel about it? I kind of feel that it is an example of what you get when you are willing to spend stupid money on the writers. You know, there is a reason why making this game kind of bankrupted the company that made it. Many levels of moral questions. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't just black and white, and it wasn't like the simplified not black and white, which you can get sometimes. But they felt like there was a lot there to consider and take in. And a lot of it is because of the world building. Like, if you just encountered that quest without all the world building that has led up to it and learning about the Fae and the way they see the world, I think... Oh, Bodogok, thank you very much for the gift, sir, mate. There you go, my DL. You now have a robe. I think there is a lot that you could miss if you don't take the time to talk to all of the characters and actually kind of steep yourself in the lore. I feel the layers in that quest are greatly reduced if you haven't spent some time listening to and learning about the nature of the Fae in the game. I've caught all of the lore up to this. Now, I haven't caught all of the lore up to this point, but the one thing I do wonder is how exactly does the maid plan on not repeating a similar version of the telling over time? If things are cyclical, would it end up in a similar position given enough time as the world has been in thus far? Well, that is the question, Splebo. Exactly how far can the Prismere break all the threads of fate or the future? I think a lot of that comes as a consequence of moi, of us, the player. We seem to be a new entity in the world of Amalur. Oh, didn't actually mean to summon you. Go back. Sorry. Meant to turn those off so I could go and talk to people. And not have the wibblies.
We honor you.
The telling is ours again.
Welcome. Welcome.
Well, this is a difference.
You've done it.
The telling is ours again.
The hero returns.
The telling is ours again. The telling is ours again.
Okay,
Welcome.
maybe a couple of extra lines would have been nice, but
Well done, well done. Sir Sagril.
well, I mean, the Maid of Windermere said she was going to get on ahead of us, so I imagine
The hero
she's already been here.
returns. But to what?
I have returned.
You have, and the remnants of the telling scatter in your wake. Your presence here was the change I saw coming. It was the looming death on the horizon. I do not blame you, Sagril. This world, this Amalur, is a realm of mortals. A kingdom of dust for transient souls on their way from one life to another. It is not a Fey world. It is not my world. Perhaps you and the maid will find reassurance in this volatility. I cannot. I will remain here.
See, I
to
was
serve
wondering
this
about that.
house, as has been my role for many seasons. Now, as it was then, I am a servant of the House of Ballads.
The idea of change is, well, not to be too dramatic, it's more or less anathema to the way the Fae have experienced the world. So how were they going to respond to such a sudden change in the telling? But I kind of feel like that was gonna happen no matter what. But if I had instead taken a certain path, then in the same way that I took on the role of Sagril, maybe I would have taken on the role of Wenson. Iconoclast, you forever change the songs of old by choosing to write your own history and become the new ruler of the House of Ballads. Plus 10% damage with Feyblades, plus 6% mana, plus 3% chance to steal fight. Wow, just natively? That's kind of cool. What would I have gotten if I hadn't chosen that?
Those in the House of Ballads will forever look upon you with suspicion, Sagril. You have darkened their understanding, changed what should not have changed. Wenson's
Wenson?
tale will live on in the telling, far longer than even we know. However, his actions in Windermere will be part of the ballad now. His final cowardice.
Ah, okay, so that's like the legacy for Wenson as a consequence of us. Do we have anything? We do not have any other quests for this faction, at least not for now.
The telling where we once had a king, there is now only our enemy. You are the agent of change, but it is destruction that you bring. At your service, my liege. The seasons of the summer court are numbered.
Well, this is very interesting.
You are the agent of change, but it is destruction that you bring.
Perhaps the whole, you get the same welcome no matter what, but now they're reacting to the actual choice that was made.
Forgive me if I choose not to engage you any longer. Your choices are suspect at best. I wish not to speak with one who burns his own house. The loss of King Wenson saddens me. What has become of the telling? You have my allegiance, but not my approval. The Maid of Windermere is our sworn enemy. Your mortal ways confuse me, Dustling. First you join us, and then you betray us.
They know already. I feel they think you killed her. What do you mean, my dear? I suspect they know exactly what happened.
Hallam the White will not bother us. He is a relic of an era when the summer court reigned in these green lands. Now all of them are ours.
Tell me if he's
In
off.
time that rule will lose all meaning. I now rule the House of Ballads. We will find a new name on which to hang our sorrows.
And King Wenson.
I pity Wenson, for in the end all of his posturing did not amount to courage. Behind his sweet facade was the sweet smell of nothingness, simply vapor.
House of Ballads.
This is the season of a new telling, one in which you and I shape the narrative to satisfy our desires. It is a new dawn, my love.
I mean, the whole my love thing, that was not part of the agreement. I just felt bad for you.
With the fall of the Winter Court, there's much to be done to renew our influence across the Phalanx. We will start here in the Court of Enchantments. New
Well, that's an
songs
interesting
will be
one.
sung. New heroes will rise. You and I shall choose whose name is remembered after all the fires go out.
That is very interesting. So she still feels her alignment is to the Winter Court, but that now the Court of Enchantments is controlled by the Winter Court. Sharppoint says, "Ooh, I've never seen this ending before. Always thought teaming up with her was the bad ending, so I never picked it." I mean, from the perspective of like Hallam the White, it kind of is. Though I feel that Hallam's view on it is a bit more nuanced. Again, the writing is quite good. Certainly the kind of one-line dialogue NPCs outside are upset. But Hallam just seems like this is change, and I don't know if I can live in a world that is changing. Like, he seems, more how should I put it? He didn't seem to wish ill or see us as an enemy. More, well, maybe you'll be able to enjoy this world, but I don't think I will be able to. Yeah, kind of more resigned to the end of what the House of Ballads had been, which kind of makes sense as he had been a steward of the House of Ballads for so long.
Yes, Chancellor. I wish only to serve.
Nothing really there to see Court of
I did
Winter.
not fear them in previous seasons. They were our allies, as important to us as the autumn is to spring. But the Tuatha have upset the balance.
Speeper says, it's interesting for as much as of an emphasis on avoiding change that they have and the cyclical nature of their stories and the world and the importance they place on the past, there is still something of destruction required by the telling. If the tales have been repeated for many lifetimes, do not previous versions need to be destroyed for another telling of it to occur? Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, there's the whole thing of the summer and winter, and as Galen says here, the Court of Winter weren't their enemies; they were the allies, as important as to us as autumn is to spring.
I will be here.
So there was a cycle to it, a rise and a fall, a rise and a fall. But we only really got to experience, I guess, the summer's rise. We don't necessarily know if at any point the Court of Winter ever had their moment.
Do not listen to your servants in the House of Ballads. They are envious of what we have, of our vision of a changing future.
Okay. Well, I think that is the end. I'm not sure if that's the last we do anything with the House of Ballads, but I think that might be the end to that faction quest line.
Such events were not unknown to me, mortal. I have foreseen your arrival here for many seasons. I have foreseen the upheaval and the loss.
There we go.
God, you're even more dangerous than I first believed. No one has ever allied with the Maid of Windermere. No one until you, that is.
Can you do any more training? No.
Bye-bye. You're even more dangerous than I first believed. Bye-bye.
I'll go around the kind of named NPCs and see if they've got any new information or any new dialogue.
What would you like? I got plenty of tastiness. Plenty of the thick, runny stuff, whatever they call it. Ugh, this yellow goo will really curl your stem. Believe me.
I do not want to know what that is a euphemism
nice
for.
talking.
In your culture, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
There's something different about you. Something darker. The maid has done this to you.
Interesting.
I do not wish to speak of it. How I couldn't see these events, these deaths. It escapes me. I am not fit to be among you. I have failed us all.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame that she
Until
feels
we
that
meet
way.
again.
Like a Fate Weaver existential crisis. Kind of what Agarth was having,
There's
in a
something
way.
different about you. Something darker. The maid has done this to you. Until we meet again.
Yeah, no, that makes sense what Sweeper just said there. They said, so it may be less that all change is condemned by the Fae, but more unknowns and unpredictable change that comes with the unbalancing of the status quo. Yeah, that certainly seems to be the case.
The loss of King Wenson saddens me. What has become of the telling? Welcome back.
I want to go to the other one as well. Oh.
Newland
Really?
is sure to be expecting you, and I doubt talking with me will endear you to him.
Fair
Good
enough.
luck with Niralim, and ignore anything he says about me.
I will not.
Unfortunate. I'd hoped that a true codex had been uncovered.
Okay, it doesn't seem that
Go
you've
well in the
changed what
telling.
you're focusing on.
These are strange new days, mortal. What does this new telling suggest for the Fae? Goodbye.
Goodbye to you as well.
It cheers me to see you alive. Word about the court has spread throughout the House of Ballads. What does it mean when all you've come to know is no longer? I will always have my healing, I suppose, but what shall become of the telling?
I do like the characters that we've got a little bit more personality to because we had an opportunity to talk to them. Because, you know, we don't really have much of a basis of comparison with the kind of one-line NPCs. But the NPCs that we've actually had some conversation with, and especially the ones with a bit more of a unique personality, that they are referencing it. And it's even interesting to see that they're referencing it within, you know, the kind of the prism of their personality. The fact that Green here is kind of had a little bit more welcoming to change. The idea that they felt that the Fae had become kind of set in their ways, and because of the kind of unending nature of their lives, or the cyclic nature of their lives, and they were looking to innovate with medicine and stuff and study the mortal races. It feels like they're more well equipped to consider what comes next rather than simply fearing it, if that makes sense. They still might not like it, and they still might have an overall apprehensive view of it, but they are better in a position to be curious about the ways that it might not simply be an end. Sharppoint says, sorry I had to destroy your culture. The maiden was just too fun. Honestly, there was a part of me that was weighing the whole thing of, while I pity the maid, and I pitied Bloody Bones, and I pitied the villains who were basically stuck in a cycle of being villains, even if they wanted to be more. There was also this part of like, well, who am I to just come along and change what has been this way for centuries? But then that's the whole point, is that my character in this is something of an outlier. The whole thing of being able to, well, effectively have free will and being outside the purview of fate kind of leans into the whole agent of chaos thing.
I only wish I'd been there. All my lifetimes, I've waited for the moment. A time to make a real
for example,
difference. Here. I should have been there for my lords and ladies. Farewell, fragile one.
While many of the Fae abhor the idea of change, Green was kind of yearning for it. And is probably one of the only summer court that we've encountered so far that actually has expressed that they had kind of been wishing for an opportunity to make a change. That was very interesting.
What is it, my liege?
If colonialism was a person. Rude. Look, you don't get to talk to me like that. I'm basically God. You puppets on your strings, and here I am, no strings attached. Envy me if you must. But all joking aside, that again, I really do love the writing in this. And I'm so glad to have the opportunity to actually showcase it, because I really feel that this game flew under the radar for a lot of reasons, as we've kind of discussed. That the development of this game is a storied mess, and calling it anything other than a mess is really downplaying just how chaotic it was. But oh, the game is so good. I genuinely do love the game, and the writing is a big part of why I love it. I mean, there's lots of like nostalgia greebles that are just wonderful in so many little ways, but like the writing is absolutely top tier. Sharppoint says, it's an impressively nuanced quest that you don't really expect from the game. Yeah, the game doesn't telegraph that it's going to be that deep. Silent Psychopath says, another way to look at it, the heroes suffered as well under it, albeit their mental and emotional strength. They relied on their eventual win as a crutch, and bereft of it, they fell apart, like Wenton. That's actually a very good point, and that kind of touches on, though I was less eloquent, touches on what I was saying about I kind of pitied Wenson as well, because they were bound by the actions of the previous named individual as much as anyone else was. Sharpon says, and the way you talk about it is a nice example of why I and so many people have followed your channel for so long. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Hey, Fizzbig. Right. Okay, so that has completed a fairly big, chunky bit of quests for us. So our next choice would be, I think, Dyden Hill. Yeah, I think it really does come down to, are we going to Glendara and Dyden Hill specifically in the quests around that? Or, because I'm not going to race off to meet Neeralim. Although that's actually quite a cool place, to be fair. We've got this whole area that we've basically not touched. So before moving in this direction, I'm slowly making my way eastward through the game. I think the choice is Glendara and all of the quests that are kind of leading there or are going to be a terminus in Glendara and specifically Dyden Hill. We've got like 3 or 4 things that have got to do with that. Or Teeth of Naros. Coming down to Ettenmere and then heading out to the expedition and then doing all of the cool stuff that is in there. But I'm afraid, chat, that decision is going to have to wait until next time. Because we've more or less come to the end of the stream. We've been going now for going on 9 hours. I think here is as good a place as any to wrap things up. I'm curious about the quest in Glendara because you've really hated it. So we have a lot of cool stuff to numb it with after. I mean, it's not that I don't hate it. It's like not on any kind of like visceral, like this is a complicated scenario and I don't know how to like martial art. I'm like, it's kind of the worst version of someone. So I hope I haven't picked it up too much. It's just like a storyline where I'm like, I don't like you. You're written for me not to like you. So well done, writers. But still, I don't like you. Yeah, let's walk our way down to Gorhart. Splebo says, when you exist only to play a specific role, how do you distinguish between your role and who you are? When those things are so deeply entangled, how do people grapple with their entire identity being rug pulled out from under them? This has been a really nice quest for some good, solid questions to mull over. Yeah, no, you're left with considerations. That's right, you better keep running. And how many games can you list which have left you with solid questions to consider after you put the game back down? I mean, this is certainly not a unique game in that regard. There are, a number of them. But I think that number is small. And it's really cool that this game exists in that number. Only 9 hours, says Demi. Yeah, I know. But we may get a stream early tomorrow. Like in 7 or 8 hours or something. I'm going to be going to the cinema late tomorrow. So I may squeeze in a stream beforehand, but don't count on it. If it happens, it'll be a happy surprise, but we will see. Also, maybe you can increase your backpack in Glendara. That is a good point. I will definitely check to see if any backpacks are sold by the merchants in Glendara. But that is going to be it from me. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you've all enjoyed. And I hope you will be joining me for the next, whatever it may be. Whether it be more Kingdoms of Amalur, more Elin, or maybe some more RimWorld. We will see. But that is it for us for now.